We live. What up, y'all? Remember Aaron Hernandez, wide receiver? He was more of a tight end, University of Florida, um, uh, 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 New England Patriots. You know, tight end, NFL professional football player who is now deceased, and just has a crazy story behind him, man. So we on the Friday night, Doc TV Friday night streams. Nah, I ain't Friday night streams. I don't even know what I'm naming. I'm just chilling, man. Vibing. Yeah. So we gonna get into this video, man. I'm just watching YouTube, man. Just watching YouTube. Let me check out. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez, crazy. But let me. You had that. But let's see what happened to his wife, bro. What happened there?
You stood by him every step of the way. You stood by him then. Do you still believe that your fiance was innocent?
Yes. Aaron Hernandez had it all: the money, the fame, the NFL contracts. But when the walls came crashing down, only one woman stayed.
Thank y'all for rocking, man. Thank y'all for stopping by, man. Like, hype,
secret she carried. That story is about to unfold in a way nobody expected. Shayana's shocking, Dr. Phil, revelations and controversies. Abiel Janelle Hernandez was born on November 6, 2012, the exact same day as her father Aaron Hernandez's birthday. And if that is not the kind of detail that makes you believe in fate, I do not know what will. Aaron himself called her his best birthday gift, and by all accounts, from family friends to Shayana herself, fatherhood was the one thing that genuinely shifted the trajectory of how Aaron Hernandez saw his own life. He was reckless before her arrival. After Abiel came into the world, he talked about changing. He talked about being better. He talked about being present. And even after Hernandez was arrested in 2013 for murder and eventually sentenced to life without parole, Abiel still visited him behind bars. Shayana made it happen once a week, sometimes twice. She brought that little girl to see her daddy in a setting that no child should ever have to walk into. But here is the part that really gets you. Abiel had no idea her father was in jail.
No, she has no idea. And I won't tell her until she decides to ask, or if she asks. She thought daddy was at work. That's how we kept it.
Shayana kept that illusion alive.
To
Abiel.
All right, let me slow that down. So first of all, bad situation that you even have your child in this situation. It's not a good situation for a child to be in. One, your father's dead. He's famous and dead. Not making light of death, but you have that situation, and yeah, I don't. It's a tough one because you're famous, and then before that you're on trial. You been in jail. Like, how old is the girl? How old was the girl? When was this? How long ago was this? Let's check this out.
Child should ever have to walk into. But here is the part. The trajectory of how Aaron Hernandez saw his own life. He was reckless before her arrival. After Abiel came into the world, he talked about changing. He talked about being better. He talked about being present. And even after Hernandez was arrested in 2013 for murder and eventually sentenced to life without parole, Abiel still visited him behind bars. Shayana made it happen once a week, sometimes twice. She brought that little girl to see her daddy in a setting that no child should ever have to walk into. But here is the part that really gets you. Abiel had no idea her father was in jail.
So let me ask y'all that. Do we give a pass? Okay. Father committed murder or convicted of murder, serving a life sentence, what have you. You put yourself in that situation, or so does the court of law says, or witnesses, evidence, what have you. I don't know. You put yourself in that situation. Now, what would you have? What do you got? Like, do you just forget everything, or do you go through everything with your daughter, or is she just trying to hold it down, thinking it's some kind of background, or is she really attached to Aaron Hernandez? Is there like a real attachment there? Like, she felt sorry for him, because I don't know if all the resources, as far as the money and everything, has been like, ran through at that point. Man, it's been a long time. I revisit. Want to see what's going on with this stuff. Hope y'all chilling. It's not even Friday, like I said originally. I hope y'all chilling on y'all whatever y'all doing. I just know it's late, but we chilling. Let me get back. Stop running my mouth.
No, she has no idea. And I won't tell her until she decides to ask, or if she asks. She thought daddy was at work. That's how we kept it.
Shayana kept that illusion alive for as long as she could. To Avielle, prison visits were just trips to see dad at work. And when they were together, the bond between father and daughter was undeniable. Shayana described it plain and simple on Dr. Phil.
As far as their interaction, it was unbelievable. So she was very much a daddy's girl.
Now, since Hernandez died without a will and was never legally married to Shayana, Avielle became his sole legal heir. A trust fund was set up from his estate, reportedly holding around $700,000, money Avielle would be able to access at age 25. On top of that, Shayana was pulling in roughly $150,000 a year from Hernandez's NFL pension and Social Security benefits, all designated for raising Avielle. Shayana was named.
Okay, I gotta say that. That's dope. If I understood that right, whatever money gets from the NFL goes to the daughter, or supposed to go to the daughter, goes to I don't know. Did she say? They didn't say she's of age now, but and trust or some kind of hey, do that for your family. Do that. I'm always working on mine. Like even if I have some that I'm gonna leave for my family, I'm always gonna be working on it. You know what I'm saying? To add more, and just trying not to leave your family in much of a bind. Life is tough. Life is hard. Especially right now, gas high, bills high. Job. I mean, minimum wage and inflation is not matching, but leave something for your family. Leave something for your family, y'all. Hope y'all enjoying y'all Friday. What y'all doing or Friday? It's the morning time now. Saturday morning. Ooh, let's go. Keep looking back.
Conservator of the trust. She was the one managing where that money went, and that is exactly where the problem started. In September 2022, Shayana submitted a request for roughly $10,000 from the trust to cover Avielle's competitive dance lessons. That request went to court-appointed trustee David Schwartz, and Schwartz said no, flat out denied. A trust fund was set up from his estate, reportedly holding around $700,000, money Avielle.
So she was very much a daddy's girl.
Now, since Hernandez died without a will and was never legally married to Shayana, Avielle became his sole legal heir. A trust fund was set up from his estate, reportedly holding around $700,000, money Avielle would be able to access at age 25. On top of that, Shayana was pulling in roughly $150,000 a year from Hernandez's NFL pension and Social Security benefits, all designated for raising Avielle. Shayana was named conservator of the trust. She was the one managing where that money went, and that is exactly where the problem started. In September 2022, Shayana submitted a request for roughly $10,000 from the trust to cover Avielle's competitive dance lessons. That request went to court-appointed trustee David Schwartz, and Schwartz said no, flat out denied it. His argument was straightforward. With $150,000 a year already coming in, Schwartz said there was no reason to dip into the trust for dance lessons. But Shayana was not backing down. She fired back by petitioning to have Schwartz removed as trustee, claiming his refusal would force Avielle to quit her favorite activity. And Schwartz, he came right back with receipts. He accused Shayana of spending over $100,000 in questionable purchases. We are talking $36,858 on clothing, $39,347 on home goods, $12,000 at home goods alone, $25,577 on online shopping, and $11,792 on self-care, like gym fees, hair, and nails. There were ATM withdrawals, overdraft.
Now I'll say this. Now, whenever you got a bundle, you got a money, amount of money put in your head that you have to your disposal, especially when it's not the money you work for, like directly, or maybe you felt you work for it. I don't know. But when you have that type of money to your disposal and you're not feeling that grind, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what to do, chat? What to do? You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jacob. Shout out the members, Suzette. What's going on? But yeah, when you feeling the grind of getting that and getting the money, or working for it and getting that money, you tend to like start to learn to like I'm gonna be more frugal or or spend it on just something I may need and things like that. But when it's not yours, you just gonna go up, you know. And it sounds like it was some money put away. This I don't know. We're gonna get into it. Sound like it was some money put away, but it was also not with the money put away. There was money put away, but it goes to the mom first, but then it goes to the daughter. But the mom requests money like for dance lessons and has to get approved. But then when does it stop? Maybe she gonna need a car. Are you gonna get the cheapest car, the most reliable car? What you gonna do? Nah, you might get the request for some money to get the most expensive car. I don't know. It's just crazy when it's not directly your income that you work for. You wouldn't put that tight squeeze on it, if that makes sense. But anyway, again, man, thank y'all for rocking with me. Y'all up late. Oh, should I keep doing that? There it is. All right.
Fees, $4,800 at Harrods, and $10,000 in entertainment expenses. Schwartz wanted Shayana removed as conservator money went, and that is exactly where the problem started. In September 2022, Shayana submitted a request for roughly $10,000 from the trust to cover Aviel's competitive dance lessons. That request went to court-appointed trustee David Schwartz, and Schwartz said no, flat out denied it. His argument was straightforward. With $150,000 a year already coming in, Schwartz said there was no reason to dip into the trust for dance lessons. But Shayana was not backing down. She fired back by petitioning to have Schwartz removed as trustee, claiming his refusal would force Aviel to quit her favorite activity. And Schwartz, he came right back with receipts. He accused Shayana of spending over $100,000 in questionable purchases. We are talking $36,858 on clothing, $39,347 on home goods, including $12,000 at home goods alone, $25,577 on online shopping, and $11,792 on self-care, like gym fees, hair, and nails. There were ATM withdrawals, overdraft fees, $4,800 at Harrods, and $10,000 in entertainment expenses. Schwartz wanted Shayana removed as conservator entirely. She denied every accusation, saying everything she spent was for her children's benefit. As of the latest public reports, no official resolution has been widely reported, and Shayana continues as conservator while the trust remains intended for Aviel's future at 25. Now, that trust fund fight gives you a window into how complicated life became for Shayana after Aaron's death, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the day she got that phone call. On April 19, 2017, Aaron Hernandez was found dead in his prison cell at Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center in Shirley, Massachusetts. He was 27 years old. Officers found him hanging from a bedsheet tied to the window of his cell during a routine check shortly after 3 a.m. He had covered the window with cardboard and stuffed the door to slow anyone from getting in. The words John 3:16 were written in ink.
Yeah, Suzette, casually up. Yeah, no, it's no, I'm about to go to sleep after I finish this. I just want to do the stream, but no, it's Saturday morning. It's my dad's birthday. You know, happy birthday, pops. You know, I'm up for him. You know, that's what I'm up for him. You know what I'm saying? My pop's 70th birthday. Happy birthday, pops. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, Gregory. You know what I mean? And then my aunt Frances, my wife's aunt, 80th birthday. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to pops and her 80th and 70th. That is wow, but it's also a blessing, though. It's also a blessing. I'm trying to get the well, I'm too late on sound effects. It's too late, y'all. Appreciate it, Suzette. Appreciate it.
Ink on his forehead and in blood on his cell wall. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office in Massachusetts expenses. Schwartz wanted Shayana removed as conservator entirely. She denied every accusation, saying everything she spent was for her children's benefit. As of the latest public reports, no official resolution has been widely reported, and Shayana continues as conservator while the trust remains intended for Aviel's future at 25. Now, that trust fund fight gives you a window into how complicated life became for Shayana after Aaron's death, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the day she got that phone call. On April 19, 2017, Aaron Hernandez was found dead in his prison cell at Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center in Shirley, Massachusetts. He was 27 years old.
Hey, if y'all familiar with this story, do y'all think he committed suicide in prison? I mean, it doesn't matter neither here or there. It's a loss. He is gone. But do you think he took his life? Do you really Do you think he took his life, or do you think it was something other than that? You know what I'm saying? If you're familiar with the Aaron Hernandez story.
Death, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the day she got that phone call. On April 19, 2017, Aaron Hernandez was found dead in his prison cell at Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center in Shirley, Massachusetts. He was 27 years old. Officers found him hanging from a bedsheet.
You think he did, Susan? Yeah, it's a sad story. It is a sad story. You think he did though? You think he so he took his own life? Think he did do it? As the reports did say. I think that's what you're agreeing to.
Tied to the window of his cell during a routine check shortly after 3 a.m. He had covered the window with cardboard and stuffed the door to slow anyone from getting in. The words John 3:16 were written in ink on his forehead and in blood on his cell wall. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office and Massachusetts State Police ruled it a suicide. No drugs were found in his system, no signs of struggle, no foul play. 3 handwritten letters were left behind next to a Bible, one to Cheyenne, one to Abiel, and one to his attorney, Jose Baez. The note to Cheyenne was the most widely discussed after being released in court filings. In it, he called her his soulmate and told her he loved her. And then, near the end, 2 words that launched 1,000 theories. You're rich. Speculation went wild. People asked if Aaron had taken his own life to preserve financial benefits for his family. Prosecutors even tried to use that line in arguments against vacating his conviction. And then there was the letter to Abiel. Cheyenne talked about it on Dr. Phil, and what she said was telling.
Yeah, it wasn't personal, but it did have her name on the top as normal. But as far as the content, very vague, very short.
Cheyenne described it as loving but surface level. No pet names, no inside references, nothing that only a father and daughter would share. Meanwhile, rumors started swirling that Hernandez had also written a letter to a fellow inmate named Kyle Kennedy. Cheyenne addressed that head on.
It's non-existent.
It's not. There isn't a letter.
Right. No, there's no letter for Kyle Kennedy. There was a letter for me.
Months after his death, Hernandez's brain was donated to Boston University's CTE Center. The results came back in November 2017, and they were staggering. Dr. Ann McKee found stage 3 CTE, the most severe case her team had ever seen in anyone that young. Massive tau protein deposits, atrophy in the frontal lobes affecting judgment and impulse control, and damage to the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. It was the kind of brain damage typically found in people decades older than 27. But even with all of that, Cheyenne was not buying the suicide explanation, not for a second. On Dr. Phil in May 2017, she told the world she believed the call informing her of his death was a hoax at first. She talked about their last phone call, how he sounded excited, how he told her he could not wait to come home and sleep in bed with her and Abiel. She said their conversation had nothing to do with ending his life. She sat on that stage and said plainly that she did not believe it was a suicide. And when the Netflix docuseries Killer Inside dropped in January 2020, bringing the sexuality rumors back into the spotlight, Cheyenne sat down with ABC News and addressed it all over again.
What was in the documentary that shouldn't have been, in your opinion?
Yeah, I would have to say Aaron's sexuality. You can't describe someone's sexuality without them being here.
She was firm, but measured. She acknowledged that she could not speak for what Aaron felt inside, but she also made it clear that if he had been struggling with his identity, she wished he had told her.
That I was told. And I wish that he would have told me, because I would not have loved him any differently.
That right there sums up where Cheyenne stood after everything, grieving, defending, refusing to let the world write Aaron's story without her input. And all of that grief, all of that fight, it was happening while she was trying to build something entirely new for herself and her daughters. Cheyenne's new man, Dino Gilmet, and a second daughter. Cheyenne Jenkins-Hernandez sold the North Attleboro mansion she shared with Aaron in late 2017 for about $1 million and relocated to Rhode Island. That house held memories. It held evidence. It held a life that was never going to be the same. So Cheyenne packed it all up and started over. But what nobody expected was how quickly the next chapter would begin. Through mutual friends in 2017, roughly a year after Aaron's death, Cheyenne met Dino Gilmet. Dino was a former amateur boxer, a bar owner, and an entrepreneur from Rhode Island. He had a daughter of his own named Mia from a previous relationship. And here is the part that the tabloids loved. Dino had briefly been teammates with Aaron Hernandez at the University of Florida. You cannot make this stuff up. The woman who stood by Aaron Hernandez through every trial, every prison visit, every late night phone call was now building a life with someone who once shared a locker.
So if he was with, if she's with this dude now, or at some point that was somehow teammates with him at Florida, I'll just wonder. I don't wonder. I know. It's always like you're always gonna be around the situation. The person is always gonna be around the situation, and when they find the opportunity, they pop back up. But it is what it is, I guess, at this point, because Buddy RP anyway. So
met Dino Gilmet. Dino was a former amateur boxer, a bar owner, and an entrepreneur from Rhode Island. He had a daughter of his own named Mia from a previous relationship. And here is the part that the tabloids loved. Dino had briefly been teammates with Aaron Hernandez at the University of Florida. You cannot make this stuff up. The woman who stood by Aaron Hernandez through every trial, every prison visit, every late-night phone call was now building a life with someone who once shared a locker room with him. The relationship moved fast. In May 2018, Shayana announced her pregnancy on Instagram, calling it a miracle. On June 16, 2018, she gave birth to their daughter, Giselle Gilmet. Just 14 months after Aaron Hernandez took his last breath, Shayana was holding a brand new baby with a brand new man, and the public had opinions, loud ones. The backlash centered on one thing and one thing only: speed. This was the same woman who sat on Dr. Phil barely a year earlier, tears streaming down her face, calling Aaron her soulmate and insisting she did not believe he took his own life. She was still wearing that engagement ring on national television when she talked about their bond.
You're still wearing your engagement ring.
I am.
It's a beautiful, beautiful ring.
Thank you.
You're wearing it now. It's certainly a sign of your loyalty to him.
And she told Dr. Phil she planned to keep that ring close forever, eventually passing it down to their daughter.
Even now, will
Right.
you always wear that ring?
I'll always have it with me, and I plan on passing it down to AVL when it's time to.
So when the pregnancy announcement dropped, people were quick to judge. Tabloids like Daily Mail, Radar on.
I mean, do you get all the way foul feeling about this woman? You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to. I don't know if this is starting to turn me a little bit. Like she. I don't know. Maybe she's just trying to move on with her life. She just got genuine feelings towards this whole situation because she has a ring. She doesn't want to take it off. She's gonna pass it down to her daughter. She says, but this economy, that ring probably cash in, pay some bills with that. But we gonna see. We gonna see.
Line and In Touch Weekly ran the story sensationally. Some questioned the conception timeline. Baseless paternity rumors circulated suggesting that maybe, somehow, Giselle could be Aaron's child, which made zero sense given that Hernandez died in April 2017 and Giselle was born in June 2018. But gossip does not need logic to survive. Dino confirmed he was the father publicly and shut down the noise. What made it worse for Shayana in the court of public opinion was Dino's own background. Reports surfaced about a prior felony conviction for assault with a dangerous weapon and bankruptcy filings. Headlines loved the angle. They painted it as the woman who stood by one controversial man now standing beside another. Dino himself acknowledged the negativity, saying he tuned out the ugly comments and chose to focus on the excitement of their growing family. He even said he believed that despite everything Aaron went through, Hernandez would have been glad. Aviel had a sister, but here's the thing. The controversy faded. It was loud in 2018, mostly tabloid-fueled, and by 2019, the noise had quieted down. Shayana and Dino settled into a life that looked nothing like the headlines. As of 2026, they remained together and engaged after nearly 9 years, living a low-key life in the New England area. Dino took on the role of stepfather to Aviel and father to Giselle. Recent family photos from early 2025 show the whole family together. Shayana, Dino, Aviel, Giselle, and others, looking like a unit that chose peace over drama. And speaking of Aviel, that girl is thriving. She is 13 years old now, deep into competitive dance, training with teams like High Step and Dance, competing regularly and racking up wins.
See, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's the big one.
Called Sicky Sippy. Her mother calls area. Dino.
That's what I wanted to know. I'm gonna get quick with it, but that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, like, is she just funneling this money for her personal use? It don't seem like too many people around her, like her family or nothing. Even bloodhounds, like thirsty people. I really think they just from a reserved place that was in the Northeast. Just I don't know. Is she? Yeah, she from the same spot he from, but if I'm not mistaken, but man, it's just trippy, but. So far, it seems like she's doing the right thing with the funds, or whatever Aaron Hernandez has produced over his career.
Years, living a low-key life in the New England area. Dino took on the role of stepfather to Aviel and father to Giselle. Recent family photos from early 2025 show the whole family together. Shayana, Dino, Aviel, Giselle, and others, looking like a unit that chose peace over drama. And speaking of Aviel, that girl is thriving. She is 13 years old now, deep into competitive dance, training with teams like High Step and Dance, competing regularly and racking up wins. She even earned first place in an invention convention for a project called Sicky Sippy. Her mother calls her a beautiful star and a mini-me. Aviel has has her own Instagram where she posts about dance and life with a bio that reads, "Be yourself, because an original is worth more than a copy." At 13 years old, carrying the last name Hernandez in a world that will never let her forget what it means, that girl is carving her own lane. Meanwhile, Shayana has built a career completely independent of Aaron's name. She works as a licensed insurance broker with Symmetry Financial Group, specializing in life insurance, retirement plans, and annuities. She even runs a separate Instagram for it. On top of that, she launched an event planning business called Mommy and Me in May 2024, tied to family-oriented services. Her main Instagram has over 280,000 followers, and she uses it to share family updates, positive affirmations, and tributes. And the tributes to Aaron never stop. In April 2024, on the 7th anniversary of his death, she posted a selfie of the two of them together with a caption that read about how he is truly loved and missed. In March 2025, she shared a throwback of Avielle in church, alongside a photoshopped image of Hernandez, writing about privately celebrating their love. When the Netflix docuseries brought everything back to the surface in 2020, Shayana sat down with ABC News and made one thing crystal clear about how she wanted Avielle to remember her father.
How do you describe Aaron Hernandez to your daughter? How do you want her to remember him?
And her answer was as simple as it was protective.
I would describe her father as a loving individual who obviously loved her.
That is the version of Aaron Hernandez that Shayana has chosen to keep alive for her daughters. Not the convict, not the headlines, the father. She has described her mission as creating her own narrative. And whether you agree with every decision she has made or not, the woman went from sitting in courtrooms watching the father of her child get sentenced to life in prison, to burying him, to fighting over trust funds, to building a career and raising two girls on her own terms. She still maintains Hernandez's innocence. She still wears his last name. And she still remains estranged from her own sister because of what happened all those years ago. And what happened, the actual details of how Odin Lloyd was murdered and how that murder ripped an entire family apart, that is a story that goes deeper than most people realize. The murder, Hernandez's life sentence, and the rift that destroyed sisters. Odin Leonardo. John Lloyd was a 27-year-old semi-professional football player in the New England Football League when he was shot to death in the early morning hours of June 17, 2013. His body was found in an industrial park in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, less than a mile from Aaron Hernandez's home.
Hey, whoever, and even I'm even gonna say the people he was with, but your boy Aaron Hernandez, bro. If this is like everything that's alleged is legit, like, bro, he went too yay.
Gunshot wounds from a .45 caliber firearm, including shots to the back and chest while he was already on the ground. A jogger discovered the body later that morning, and here is the detail that turned this into more than just another murder case. Lloyd was dating Shania Jenkins, the younger sister of Shayana Jenkins, Hernandez's fiancée. The victim's girlfriend and the suspect's fiancée were sisters. You could not write a more tangled web if you tried. Prosecutors laid out a timeline that painted a damning picture. On the night of June 16, 2013, Hernandez was reportedly upset over an incident. A jogger discovered the body later that morning, and here is the detail that turned this into more than just another murder case. Lloyd was dating Shania Jenkins, the younger sister of Shayana Jenkins, Hernandez's fiancée. The victim's girlfriend and the suspect's fiancée were sisters. You could not write a more tangled web if you tried. Prosecutors laid out a timeline that painted a damning picture. On the night of June 16, 2013, Hernandez was reportedly upset over an incident at a Boston nightclub called Rumor, where Lloyd had spoken with people Hernandez did not trust. Whether it was paranoia or something deeper, Hernandez summoned two associates, Carlos Ortiz and Ernest Wallace, from Connecticut to his North Attleboro home that night. Surveillance cameras captured all three leaving around 1:12 a.m. in a rented silver Nissan Altima. By 2:30 a.m., they had driven to Lloyd's apartment in the Boston area and picked him up. Surveillance footage captured Lloyd getting into that car, and then the Altima drove about 40 miles back toward North Attleboro. Shortly before 3:30 a.m., gunshots were heard in the secluded industrial park, and within hours, Odin Lloyd was dead. The evidence started piling up fast. Cell phone records showed communications between Hernandez, his associates, and Lloyd around the time of the killing. Lloyd's phone pinged towers along the route from Boston to North Attleboro. A marijuana joint recovered near the body carried DNA from both Hernandez and Lloyd, and surveillance from Hernandez's own home showed him holding what appeared to be a firearm just minutes after the gunshots were reported. On June 26, 2013, Aaron Hernandez was arrested at his home and charged with first-degree murder plus 5 weapons charges. He pleaded not guilty. The New England Patriots released him that same day. Ortiz and Wallace were arrested the following days as accomplices. The trial in Bristol County Superior Court in Fall River, Massachusetts, kicked off in January 2015 and lasted about 3 months. Prosecutors called approximately 45 witnesses. There was no murder weapon recovered, and there were no direct eyewitnesses to the actual shooting. The entire case was circumstantial. But what a mountain of circumstantial evidence it was. The prosecution leaned hard on the timeline. cell phone pings, surveillance footage from multiple locations, the DNA evidence, and Hernandez's behavior after the murder. A .45 caliber shell casing found in the rental car was a ballistic match to casings recovered at the crime scene. And then there was the mystery box. Prosecutors told the jury that Shayana Jenkins removed a box from the basement of their home at Aaron's request the night of the killing, and they believed that box contained the murder weapon. That gun was never found. The defense acknowledged that Hernandez was present that night, but argued there was not enough proof that he pulled the trigger or orchestrated the murder. They pointed to the lack of direct evidence and floated alternative scenarios, but the jury was not buying it. And now we get to the part that cut deeper than any verdict, the rift between Shayana and her sister Shania. Before the murder, those two were tight. They were the ones who had introduced Lloyd and Hernandez through family connections. After the arrest, the divide was immediate and brutal. Shayana stood with Hernandez. She attended every hearing, sat behind him in court, and comforted his family. Shania aligned with the Lloyd family and testified against Hernandez. During the trial, Shania took the stand and described visiting Shayana's home hours after learning about Lloyd's death. She testified that Shayana was acting secretive, receiving texts and calls, going to the EC basement multiple times without explanation. The implication was clear. Shayana was retrieving or disposing of evidence, possibly the gun box, while her own sister was upstairs mourning the man she loved. The sisters sat on opposite sides of the courtroom aisle throughout the trial. They barely looked at each other. Media described the rift as abundantly clear and on full display. One sister chose her man, the other chose the truth as she saw it, and neither was willing to budge. On April 15, 2015, after roughly 3 days of deliberation, the jury came back with their verdict: guilty of first-degree murder, guilty on all 5 weapons charges. Under Massachusetts law, that meant a mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole. Hernandez was sentenced immediately. He was 25 years old, and when Shayana took the stand during the trial, she did so with immunity. She admitted to removing the box from the basement at Hernandez's request, but swore she never looked inside and said she disposed of it at a random location. A perjury charge was filed against her for her testimony, but it was later dropped. She walked out of that courtroom still standing by Aaron Hernandez, still wearing his name, still refusing to believe that the man she loved was capable of what the jury said he did.
Yes, of course I do. I'd be a cold person to leave someone that had nobody at all.
Now, the Odin Lloyd case was not the only murder trial Hernandez faced. In a separate case, he was charged with a 2012 double homicide involving Daniel De Abreu and Safiro Furtado, 2 men shot outside a Boston nightclub. The prosecution's star witness, Alexander Bradley, claimed he drove, while Hernandez fired the shots over a spilled drink at a club. But Bradley's criminal history and inconsistencies under cross-examination created enough reasonable doubt that the jury acquitted Hernandez on all murder charges in April 2017. He was convicted only of unlawful firearm possession. That acquittal came just 5 days before he was found dead in his cell. Co-defendant Ernest Wallace eventually pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact in the Lloyd case, while Carlos Ortiz was convicted as an accessory. Hernandez's family attempted to vacate his Lloyd conviction posthumously after his suicide, but those efforts ultimately failed. As for Shania and Shayana, they remain estranged to this day. No reconciliation has been reported, no public olive branches. The murder of Odin Lloyd did not just end a man's life and send another to prison forever. It split a family clean down the middle, and the 2 women who once shared a home, shared holidays, and shared a bond as sisters now exist on opposite sides of a divide that shows no signs of closing. Shayana chose Aaron. Shania chose.
Man, sad story, but yeah, rest in peace to I mean, no, I can't even say that fully. I, just it's just sad that a father was lost, to obviously a beautiful daughter, man. So and his wife, seems like life goes on, and she got to do what she got to do for her family. It seemed like she doing it. I kind of would have thought the different. I thought it would have been like she would have been like more, um, you know, just using the money for her own benefit, that type of thing. But we didn't get that drama. Let's see what else I want to do one more, and that's it. Let me see. I don't be using YouTube on the computer like that. I'll be using it on the phone. So let's damn, I need to go home. Nah. Yeah. No, you're home. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get this right. There it is. Boom. Jesus, bam. Dang. Let me see. All right, y'all. It's Friday night. You know, it's Saturday morning. You know, if you out there, intoxicated, ride share, Uber, call somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or you might end up like this person. Hey, for real, be careful out there.
A driver lashes out at deputies after they find her car in a ditch and a bottle of vodka in her purse.
What I don't know is that you're not able to do what you're supposed to do. So get on your level. I'm ready.
She denies,
Well,
but the facts speak for themselves.
It's not a straw. You don't suck.
No, it hurts. Somebody give me a breath. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. Officials say that she was a repeat offender. This wasn't her first, second, even third DWI. So what could have been a misdemeanor didn't even end in jail time. It landed her in prison. It's May 13th, 2025. We're in Garland County, Arkansas. Deputies are called to a scene of an accident on Sunshine Village Square. When they arrive, a white SUV appears in a ditch and fire rescue is tending to the car's driver.
Where's the driver at? Sitting down.
She's over here sitting down.
She okay?
Yeah.
Definitely EPO 18-year-old.
Oh, okay.
The Garland County Sheriff's Office case report ID'd the driver as 38-year-old Callie Carson. One EMT reveals deputies might have dealt with her before.
She was driving a Jeep that night, and she drove off in the ditch. A couple of y'all were, I don't know if they did anything with her or not. I left. She wasn't injured.
If it was DWI, it was handled.
It was probably, hell, it might have been 2 years ago now. So she's a repeat offender.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to work the accident.
She keeps mentioning something about that 12-year-old who's on the way to him. She obviously has difficulty with love. I opened the door to get a picture of the VIN tag and it kind of.
Hey, I'll have my head down for this. Is she the
Pretty strong.
She showing
paramedic? She paramedics? That's crazy.
showing signs of
Who's that lady?
Go ahead.
It's like she has to Taco Bell or something. It's like, yeah.
She or all kind of DUI stuff. She does have a search waiver on file, Fair County.
According to the case report, Callie's car reeked of alcohol. Deputies noted the same odor even coming from her breath.
What happened here?
Put that shit on the car.
You have to tell him. I can't tell him.
And just for the record, real quick, y'all, man. Shout out to people in recovery. What's my day? I'm at I ain't bragging or nothing, you know, but I'm at 605 days exactly on my pop's birthday, 70th birthday. Clap that up, you know. Shout out to people in recovery, man, you know, and you know, just I'm laughing, but it's really not something to laugh at, you know, if you have a substance abuse problem. Obviously, she got the alcohol just spread all in the car, you know, like she either spilled it or she just is just reeking out of her pores or something like that, you know, but that's enough. Man, sure.
That's 138.
Yes, sir.
I'll even back in from here. I'll be on route 165, Sunshine Village.
Picks up at the same time. She's always on time. Yes, sir. It's the same time. They always pick up at the same time.
That's one of them.
What time does she usually drop off?
What?
We are tonight with this show, of course. No.
123.
Do you take any medicine?
Go ahead, sir.
I do have.
Is she drunk?
From her first mugshot, unless that was like 10 years ago, she looked like she aged crazy.
Actually, which hospital do you like to use?
I mean, I don't have a preference. Prefer
She's going to be transported?
No, I'm asking which hospital do you like to use?
I mean, she's alert oriented.
Yeah.
It's just It's up to y'all. Hospital.
I got another unit on the way.
Yeah, we said that we were going to be
No.
here for a little bit. Just
Can you tell me what happened yet?
Zoom on the
I don't think
loaded.
so.
You don't think so?
But I would like to hear you say which hospital.
What do you mean, which hospital?
Yeah, because I like to hear that because it's 410. So which hospital?
It seems Callie is showing all the signs of being under the influence. Deputies wrote in the case report she had slurred speech, trouble standing on her feet, plus her eye bloodshot and watery. Then a crucial piece of evidence was found right in her bag.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah,
Whoa.
I wasn't heading anywhere.
Oh, I thought I found. What you got it, y'all? What you got it? Oh, what you got? What you got? That man sounds like money.
And then we were where?
You got.
Despite all the signs, Callie denies having anything to drink. But her response to follow-up questions doesn't do her any
Find their
favors.
bag.
I know I need to sit there because we don't want you following. No, I'm not following. We don't want you following.
Hi, Miss Callie.
I'll see you later. Nope, come on. You're going to stay right here.
It's Deputy Matthews, okay?
Okay.
What's your name?
Callie?
What's your last name?
Carson?
Miss Carson, do you have anything on you?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you read her Miranda rights?
I have not. What did you get her?
Hey, let her be faded. Damn.
Okay.
Who held her up?
Miss Callie, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Having this in mind, are you willing to answer questions now? Okay. How much have you had to drink today, Callie?
Not today.
Huh?
Not today.
You haven't had anything to drink today?
Are you reading my rights today?
Yes, ma'am. I just read them to you.
What are we doing today?
Okay.
Stay back there for a minute.
Are you willing to?
I'm keeping up mine.
Okay. Will you set it on the ground?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So, how much have you had to drink today?
No, sir.
Nothing.
No, sir.
Okay. Are you willing to do standard field sobriety?
I don't understand why we're doing a test. Okay.
Okay.
If you want me to.
Hey, you faded, but hey, if I don't know, if anybody asks a question, especially the police, if I ask you what day it is, tell them what day it is, or don't tell them. But don't. Hey, have you been drinking? Have you been drinking today? No, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's it. Have you been drinking? How much have you had to drink? No, sir. Like, what is it? Oh, man.
Oh, come over here. Come over here.
Okay.
Come over here. You're standing right here, okay? All right. Will you take your glasses and put them on your head like how I have mine?
No, sir. I can't see without them.
You're gonna? Can you see? Hold on. Without your glasses,
blind
I got you.
without my
I got
glasses.
you. But you're gonna have to remove your glasses, okay?
Okay.
Can you see my finger right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Will you set your glasses on your head like how mine are?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you performed any tests on her?
I can't see.
Okay.
Without
Ma'am, you got to keep your glasses off, okay?
All right.
All you got to see is the finger.
Okay.
Okay.
Will you do me a favor? I'll kind of point at you or something. You just kind of write it down as we go. Some clues.
I'm confused.
Okay,
Why
you're
why are
good.
you
Hold
trying
on.
to
Keep your glasses down, okay? Place your
Okay.
feet together, arms at your sides.
Okay.
Okay, just like how I'm standing. Okay. Hold on. Just keep your feet together. My camera doesn't download to my phone, so I can't view it in there. Okay, so you're gonna remain in this position until I instruct you to do otherwise. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you had any kind of head injury? Did y'all check her out?
Medics did, nuclear.
Okay, so she doesn't have any kind of head injury, anything like that? Okay, have you had any head injury in the past? About the past 6 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, can you explain it to me?
I've been at home with my daughter. I didn't feel well, so I was just at home with my daughter for the last few months. Yeah, I have had a little bit of a head injury.
Was your daughter in the vehicle by chance?
No, sir.
Was it just you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So my finger right here. Keep your glass off. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're gonna follow my finger with your eye, because this is gonna be my stimulus. You're gonna follow that with your eyes and your eyes only. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, don't move your head. Don't move your head. You're gonna follow
Okay.
it. So it's gonna go like this. You see how my eyes are moving, but not my head.
But I see your finger, so I'm gonna follow your
Just
finger.
keep your head still, okay?
Okay.
Follow with your eyes.
Okay. Well, I follow your finger because that's your finger.
I got
Yes,
you.
sir.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well.
Yes, sir.
It's not a test.
Yeah, that's
You're
your
not
finger.
pass or fail test. You fail. Double. Over.
Yeah, that's your finger.
Hold on. You gotta continue to watch my finger, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Since you looked away, we're gonna restart all those tests that we just did, okay? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I follow all those.
I got you. Just keep watching it, okay? Okay.
Yeah, those are your fingers.
Okay, keep watching my finger. Keep watching it. Okay.
It's clear the field sobriety test isn't going well. Callie at points even snaps at the deputy for making her do one.
You've got to follow my finger, okay?
I'm following your
All
finger.
right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm definitely going to
Okay.
follow your finger.
Hold on. Keep like this, okay? Hold on.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to follow your finger.
I understand. Place
Because
your
what
feet.
you're doing.
Ma'am, will you please place your feet together and arms to your sides?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to follow
Place your feet together, okay? Here's how mine are. See how close they are together? The arches of my feet are touching and the balls of my feet are touching.
I'm going to follow your finger because you've given me an institution to follow it.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
An institution, huh?
I'm going to follow your finger.
Follow it, Maggie. Oh wait, what was the
I'm
name?
going to follow it.
Okay, so right here.
After you get an institution.
I got you. Okay. All right. So it's gonna go up. Okay. Up.
No. I was just trying to let you know that I was.
I got you. Stay where you are. Hold on. Don't lean your head up. Keep your head down. Okay. All right. So you're gonna follow this, and it's gonna go up. Okay. Hold on. Follow the finger. You've got it. I know she's not unable to follow it.
No, he's not listening.
Because I've got it.
What would happen is with the norm is that I would be able to follow,
Not me,
but he's not able to watch.
Okay. Let's go over here. It looks pretty flat over here. Yeah.
You have to
Right
be
up here.
able.
Let's go up here. Okay.
You have to be able to watch what leaves my eyes.
Don't like help her up or anything. I'm going to call that documented. Okay. No, I got you. I didn't know what you were doing. Okay. So this is going to be the walk and turn test. Okay. Have you ever performed?
I don't care what you're going to say. I understand what he's saying. You're not able to leave that. So I hope.
Are you willing to take this next test?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Place your feet together, arms to your sides.
Yes, sir.
Feet together. Like this. Make them touching. Oh, get them closer.
Okay.
You see how mine are?
No, what I don't know is that you're not able to do what you're supposed to do. So get on your level. I'm ready.
Okay.
Maybe she shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, we're just going to do the rest of these tests at the jail.
Hey,
All right.
I would like for you to.
Let your hands behind your back.
Oh, great. Because he's not able to listen. Because he's not able to.
Faded.
Really? Because he's not able to listen and do his test.
Turn his hand on.
You know what it is. He's not able to listen and do.
Know what it is.
So I have to do this because he's not able to do his test. Whatever. And you know that's true. It hurts.
Yeah, but you have room.
No, I don't have room.
Yes,
because
ma'am, you
you
do.
don't know how to listen.
You ready to walk down?
That's beside your driver.
Passenger.
Sure to knock out toe slip. That's all I need you to do under the accident.
Okay.
You can send me all the information on the DAC and all that.
Yeah, I'll send her a big picture.
I'm not doing anything.
All right, come on.
I got
I hope you feel good about this.
Well, I'll get you off the road, so yes, I kind of do.
No, you feel like a piece of because you're
I've been told that quite recently.
got a battery.
Our bags.
For your documentation, there's some document. Well, she's got a search waiver if you want to look for yourself so you can what she saw.
Let's see what she got. So she's getting open container. That's 138. I'll have that J2 in custody.
Okay.
Do you know what she had search warrant for?
All that smell like drink.
Yeah, just make up and.
There's a bag of tools in the back.
Yeah, liquor maker.
Oh, where'd you see that bike at? Huh? Where'd you see the bike at? Was she outside of her car?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can't really get that one then.
He got no notes.
He's got keys. Some makeup.
I didn't say you could get her for it. What I was saying is, you know,
Yeah, I'm gonna document that. What is that? A Truly or White Claw?
Oh, Truly.
White Claw by the driver door.
Oh yeah.
White Claw. They ain't playing.
Deputies say Kelly had 4 DWIs already. Her 4th offense was reportedly on November 8th of 2023. From the looks of it, plus what was found in her car, a 5th offense might be added to her record.
All right, take a deep breath, okay?
Man, when you, I don't know what state this, I forgot what state they said this is, but when you get into that, like, deep, like, that's, you talking about 5 of them? Like, that's, you gotta do some jail time. If you, I don't know how she did, and if she did, I don't know if they said they showed her book, but I'm talking about not the overnight, I'm sober up, man, it's like football. They say the quarterback throws 1 pick, it might be a little razzled or something like that. The quarterback throws 2 picks, okay, might be the nerves, made a mistake, something, it might be a tip ball, whoever knows. The 3rd one, okay, the quarterback just has lost control of the game. You don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So you talking about the 5th DUI, 5th pick? No, sorry, Bob.
Deep breath, deep breath.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, big deep breath. Now blow into this, okay?
It's like blowing up a balloon.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be.
I'm hurting a lot.
I got you. I got you. Deep breath. All right. Deep breath and blow into the tube, okay? Remember, you want to blow into this?
Yes.
Okay.
Deep breath in. Wrap your lips around that below. You're sucking in.
Come on.
You gotta put it around your mouth. Like you gotta put your mouth around it, okay?
It's not a straw. You don't suck.
No,
It hurts. Somebody give me a breath. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, you have a drinking problem. You need help.
Now put your lips on it. No. You gotta. It's like a straw. But you blow into it.
Okay.
Okay. But you gotta put your mouth on it.
You better, lady.
Hold on. Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay. Now blow into it. Keep
This
blow.
is like 5 times.
Okay, we'll just get you.
I'm gonna get blood or something.
Hey, Jimmy, were you able to find insurance? He's right there.
I like the charges up on there, man. Insurance probably at least our worries right now.
Deputies were able to get Callie's BAC once she was at the county detention center. According to her arrest report, her final BAC was 0.351, which is way above the legal limit. Deputies noted in their report when she was being transported to the jail, she became very hostile. Then she would be very calm. She also, quote, displayed an inability to comprehend what was going on.
351. Like 0.008 is illegal in California.
Deputies were able to get Callie's BAC once she was at the county detention center. According to her arrest report, her final BAC was 0.351, which is way above the legal limit. Deputies noted in their report when she was being transported to the jail, she became very hostile. Then she would be very calm. She also, quote, displayed an inability to comprehend what was going on and an inability to keep track of events that were going on, at times confusing one incident that happened earlier from one that just occurred.
Oh, we do that.
Good. Come back here.
Y'all know.
Stop hitting your head on the cage.
Shut up. You don't get to force me into this. You don't get to know.
Motion's overtaken.
This is not my thing. This is not my fantasy. This is not my fantasy. I can't take this. My wrists are hurting so bad. I can't do this. You don't understand what I
goes on to state Callie had to be transported to the hospital for a medical examination because her BAC level was so high. After she got the medical clearance to be released from the hospital, she was cited for 1 count of driving under the influence, which reportedly is an unclassified misdemeanor. However, the following day, the prosecuting attorney's office followed up, confirming Callie's been arrested on the previous 4 DWIs within the last 10 years. When she was convicted on her 4th offense, she was sentenced to 4 years of supervised probation. So now with the 5th offense, the charge was reportedly amended to a felony. Kelly Carson initially pleaded not guilty. She ended up having a change of tune. She pleaded guilty to her charge. In March of 2026, a Garland County Circuit Court judge sentenced her to the max term of 6 years in prison. With a catch though, the first 2 years will be in prison. The last 4 were reportedly suspended. Online records confirm Callie Clarkson is an inmate within the Arkansas Department of Corrections. Her current release date is May of 2027. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Inside the Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner, and we'll see you back here Monday.
Yeah, I ain't gonna see you back Monday, but cool. Appreciate the clip, man. Long Crime. Yeah, shout out to Long Crime. It's unfortunate, man. You know, I had a friend, he said, like I said, you know, people make mistakes. And he said, you know, drinking wasn't a mistake, it was a choice, you know. So there's choices in life, period. You know, I just want to say, you know, that young lady has a chance to turn it around. She has a chance to, you know, hopefully make right with her life, make right with her body, her soul, you know. Hopefully she does that, you know. Thank God she didn't hurt anybody that time before. 10 years, 5. I mean, I think that's fair enough. Felony, man. I mean, said, thank God nobody got hurt. Just chilling on, you know, on Doc TV. Hey, until next time, man. I'm gonna check y'all later, man. Like, comment, hype, subscribe if you like, man. If you don't, man, it's cool. I'm gonna check y'all out later. All right, go.